And they are on. Bueno, pues. Oh, chetos. Today, make sure my lips are scrumdiddlyumptious. Okay. Hello, friends. Hello. Welcome back to Raphael's Insights. Let me just try to fix my camera real quick. Bienvenidos todos a mi canal de Raphael's Insights. No sé por qué a veces se ve la cámara chueca y a veces se ve bien. Midnight. Hoy no sé con quién va a pelear mi dog, pero ya lo paré. Anyways, I was good. We're not going to be nervous. Okay. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Raphael's Insights. Bienvenidos todos a mi canal de Raphael's Insights. Welcome to the Raphael's Insights Show. How is everybody doing? It's an absolute pleasure. I feel like I started the show kind of like reversed. Ando un poquito ronco today because I was singing la de Angel Down ayer. I'm waiting for the intro. Faltó the new part that I want to add into it. Estoy tomando café. Oh my god, I make this a little too sweet. The show is now going to be at 1:30. That's why I'm getting on at 1:30. I changed it. I forgot to make the cover for the last show that we did. And prediction fulfilled. Maybe I was wrong about the 12 or the 13, but I was right about around the 12 and the 13. And I was right that it was going to be in San Diego, and I was right that it was going to be between 5.4 to 6.1. Roughly, I was kind of right. Not to the exact T, but I was pretty much correct. Le digo predicción cumplida. Let's pull out the tower. Vamos a sacar la torre, amigos, la torre. I love it. Thank you so much. Aquí está, mira aquí, luego. Today's topics, I'm not too sure. I kind of don't like to plan because I feel like it takes away from like the... Because if I plan, I feel like I overthink things. So that's why I try not to plan. I try to just do everything spontaneous. I got a haircut, but I didn't do my hair today. I did my hair yesterday. We're gonna ring my bell. Hold on, let me get it right. I don't like working with the bell often, but when I feel like there's these, if you guys don't know, and a lot of people don't know this stuff because I feel like people mess around with the spiritual, but they don't know why. People, and a lot of people say, "Oh, don't play around with the spiritual because it's dangerous," but a lot of people don't really explain why. And one of the reasons why is there's these spirits. We call them the like ladrones spirits. Like how do you say ladrones in English? Burglar spirits. Burglar spirits, and they're here just basically to steal from you, like steal gifts and take them away from you and things like that. So right now I was doing something that tends to draw their attention, so I... Oh, wait. Ya se fueron. I'm just kidding. But I'm not kidding about the burglar spirits. Existen cosas más allá, friends. Like, one of the things that I was talking about on my TikTok earlier... Oh, actually, I posted it today. I filmed it like 3 days ago, but I posted it today. Did you guys know... to be honest, Alejandra, they can mean a lot of things. But that's not the way that I personally don't read the egg cleanses the way normal people read them. Like, people read the cobwebs. Oh, mira, te pusieron envidia, this and that. But people who are much more advanced read them differently. I read them based off of what my third eye shows me. If my third eye is showing me people fighting, then it could be conflicts that are being caused by spirits. If my third eye, I read them a little bit different. But cobwebs normally means that there's something that already has you very enredado. That like if that's what you that's what if I think that you mean what I'm thinking you mean, it means like there's either a spiritual work that has you very enredado already, and it's very hard for you to release yourself, um, or there's so much negative energy that it already has you very like wrapped, kind of like a spider web when it traps a bug. That's basically what that means. And like there's a lot of different meanings: bubbles, blood in the egg. There's a lot of different things that mean a lot of different things. But me personally, like how do I read my cleanses differently. Um, Normally I tell people what I see in my visions, and they're pretty accurate. I find that my visions are more accurate than the cards sometimes, but the cards are obviously a instrument. When you're dreaming about finding money, it's it normally it means that there could be a financial problem coming. Now, if it's like the exact same amount that you're seeing in like multiple dreams, then that means you're gonna win like the lottery or something. But there's like these spirits that exist, and they basically we call them burglar spirits because they're trying to steal people's gifts. That's when people feel like, okay, like I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I'm very blocked. I don't know what's going on. I can't see visions no more. I used to dream this and that, because there's things that exist that people don't really know unless you're really in the spiritual. And a lot of people have their beliefs, but beliefs are one thing, and then what exists is another thing, right? Um, but I respect all of it. I respect all of it. But the reality is, things exist, and then there's beliefs. It's kind of like one thing that because in terms of what I'm talking about, it's not stuff that I believe in. It's stuff that I see, stuff that I know is there, stuff that I've seen with my own eyes, or I've seen with my own spiritual eye. That's why I said there's belief and then there's what exists. Um, but in TikTok, we were talking about how and I want to pass it on to you guys because it's a little fun thing. I like to do like, did you guys know type of things, right? And on TikTok, we were talking about how there's that evil exists, but then there's evil that exists beyond evil. In Spanish, we say el mal existe y luego existe algo más allá que el mal. For example, the devil exists, but then there's something more evil that exists beyond that evil, and then there's even more something evil that exists beyond that evil. Um, it was just like a fun little thing that I like to share with people. That I shared on my TikTok. Les digo que en mi TikTok les acabo de pasar como una cosa que la gente no sabe. Eh, Haz de cuenta que sí, el mal existe. El mal existe y luego existe algo más allá que el mal. Haz de cuenta que existe el diablo, pero todavía existe algo más malo que el diablo. Por nosotros le decimos el mal más allá que el mal. Y luego existe el mal más allá que ese mal. Existen cosas muy feas. Por eso la gente cuando dice, oh, no creo en el diablo y esto, lo otro, y quién sabe qué tanto. Ok. Porque está lo que se cree uno y está lo que existe. Y yo cuando yo hablo de las cosas, son cosas que yo he visto. No cosas que me las he imaginado ni en mis visiones. Son cosas que yo he visto. I do the questions at the end, friends. And it's minimum $4.99 for the super chat questions. Yes, that's what happened to me. I feel lost sometimes. And in terms of those that feeling, there's ways to unblock it and reopen it and regain it back. But again, it's very difficult, and they're like rituales. That's why I always tell everybody there's everything exists for everything. There's things for everything. There's things for everything, even like when your gift is blocked. There's things for everything, even like stealing gifts from other people. There's ways to gift people your gifts as well. Which actually, I'll be honest with you guys, someone just gifted me one of their gifts last week, and I'm still learning to work with that gift. I don't know how to work with it. Very beautiful. This, like I always tell everybody, the spiritual is very beautiful. People think it's just candles and candles lighting. No, it's very beautiful. I'm not wearing my necklace today, but I have my ring. I have my ring. I have my ring, and my spirits are protecting me. What was I saying? Ya has visto que me olvidara, ya no me acuerdo qué iba a decir. Eh, ya ni me acuerdo qué estaba diciendo. Um, oh, cuando uno se... Porque les digo que existen cosas. Ahí está lo que uno cree y luego está lo que existe. Y no importa si crees en ellos o no, porque mucha gente se vive su vida de que, ay, no le pongo atención a las sombras que estoy viendo, ay, no le pongo, no creo en estas cosas o no va a tener fuerza. Y están muy mal, la verdad, las personas. Están muy mal. Lo que sí están bien es que pues Dios es poderoso y con él nada puede. Eso sí es cierto, eso sí está bien. Pero en todos modos, el no creer en esas cosas no significa que no te está fregando o no se ha metido a tu vida. Eh, por eso les digo que hay gente que tiene como don y ven cosas y visualizan y de repente se les bloquea o de repente sienten que ya no pueden ver nada. Entonces ahí existen cosas para desbloquearlo y volver a abrir los dones, pero también existen cosas que te quieren robar tus dones. Se pueden robar los dones, y se pueden regalar también. Yo, la verdad, me acabaron de regalar uno esta última semana y fue muy hermoso. Yo nunca había pasado por un ritual así de regalar don y fue muy hermoso. Haz de cuenta que te regalan un ojo tercero y lo estás visualizando cómo se ve. Muy bonito. Pero es como una ceremonia, es algo muy bonito y me regaló su don una persona y muy hermoso. Muy hermoso, todo lo espiritual es muy hermoso. No se trata nomás de prender velitas y atender a la gente, no. Existen cosas más allá, existen cosas más allá. Como que existe, no somos Dios, no crean que somos Dios tampoco. Yo no soy Dios, tengo una conexión con Dios muy grande. Yo a veces no me quedo como impactado de qué tan fuerte está la conexión, pero eh, existen cosas más allá, porque también existe como un mundo adentro de nosotros. Nomás son puros tips que ha pasado en TikTok. Existe un mundo adentro de nosotros y ese mundo no es fácil de conectarte con eso. Yo apenas me pensé a conectar con mi mundo dentro de mí este año, la verdad, empezando este año es cuando me empecé a conectar. Yo no había visto este mundo, pero sí lo había visto, no les miento, sí lo había visto, pero no sabía qué estaba viendo. Apenita lo estoy explorando y estoy aprendiendo más cosas, pero está muy hermoso, es como no les puedo decir cómo se ve, pero es como muy hermoso, se siente una paz. eh, y cosas así, pues. ¿Qué más les iba a comentar? And inside of us, these are just tips that I've passed on TikTok already. Inside of us, there's like a world inside of us. And I honestly didn't know about this until the beginning of this year. I started to connect with the world inside of me the beginning of this year, which is funny because I have connected with it, but I didn't know what it meant. Um, I didn't know what it meant. I was just seeing it when I would meditate, and now I know how to go into it and leave like quickly. Like I can go into it like if I do it right now, like I'm already there. I'm already there. I'm seeing everything that I normally see because it's a world that you go into with your mind or with your third eye actually. And if you guys see how the light is shining like all around here, that's my third eye. That's how it represents itself. Even without my hat, it'll show up. Pero I can't, I can't tell you guys too much. Luego vienen los chismosos a ver qué roban. Los brucos y los chismosos que quieren robar dones. Me gusta enseñar, pero no quiero ser maestro de gente. Porque yo siento que es una responsabilidad muy grande. Y, y me estreso con lo que ya hago yo ahorita. Y no, que yo siento que sería un estrés más grande estar enseñarle a la gente. Este, pero nosotros podemos abrir la gente. Yo puedo abrir el don de la gente. Y yo puedo abrirle sus ojos. No debemos. Porque no, si Dios quiere te abre, si no, no. Pero si yo voy y yo me meto en medio, pues te das de cuenta que yo lo estoy esforzando. Por eso digo, siempre la gente me quiere pintar como charlatán, pero charlatán no tengo nada. Que es chistoso. Es chistoso porque yo creo que yo soy más verdadero que mucha gente. Mira, les voy a comentar algo. Yo desde el último año, yo no sabía esto. Yo no sabía esto. This is why you should watch my show, because I always say fun stuff and interesting stuff. That's why you should watch my show, which is going to be Wednesdays at 1:30 from now on. El show va a ser de cada, ¿qué soy? Miércoles, cada a las 1 p.m., 1:30 p.m. Ya, antes era a las 1, ahora es 1:30 p.m., porque a las 1 no me funcionó. Como que siempre me metí a las 1:30 en todos modos, o dije, pues la muevo a las 1:30. Antes yo visualizaba, I'm going to tell you guys in English as well. Antes yo visualizaba, cuando yo quería hacer predicciones, visualizaba mi ojo tercero, porque se ve, amigos. Cuando uno se conecta con su ojo tercero, ves el ojo, lo ves. Esa es parte de cómo desarrollar ese don, o cómo desarrollar el ver más allá. Tienes que visualizar tu ojo tercero, tienes que verlo. Yo nomás luego cierro los ojos, ya lo vi. Ya sé cómo se ve. Y luego hay gente, tips que ha pasado en cuestiones de TikTok, por eso los paso aquí también. Hay gente que tiene varios ojos. Tiene como varios ojos terceros. Y es como un cambiar de energía. Yo quiero trabajar con este ojo tercero, cambio la energía y ya estoy conectado con ese ojo tercero. Quiero trabajar con este otro ojo tercero, cambio la energía y estoy trabajando con el otro ojo tercero. La gente en cuestiones del ojo tercero existe mucho más allá de lo que la gente sabe. La gente cree que nomás es un desarrollo ya, existe cosas más. Pero en cuestiones de mi ojo tercero, lo que yo les decía, el último año, yo apenas, como les digo, yo apenas aprendí esto este año. Yo miraba mi ojo tercero y se le miraba como una telita de tierra a mi ojo tercero. Y yo en mi ojo tercero lo limpiaba y otra vez me sentía fuerte y predecía. ¿Qué significa eso? Porque todo tiene su significado. Era como mi ojo tercero me decía que estaba estancado. Yo estaba estancado, me tenían bien como atado. Y yo por tanta fuerza que tengo, nomás limpiaba mi ojo y no me molestaba. Y pensaba ver las visiones bien claras otra vez. Pero este año ya descubrí qué significa. Cuando yo miraba mi ojo tercero, así es que me tenían estancado. Y fue por algo que yo limpié a alguien y se me pegó lo que tenía esa persona. Porque limpio a la gente todos los días. Es mi trabajo. Yo lo espiritual es mi trabajo. Todos los días trabajo en lo espiritual. Aunque no me vean poner videos, yo todos los días, aquí estoy todos los días, lunes a viernes, y sábado también, pero domingo no atiendo a gente. Es mi día de descanso completamente. What I was saying is that one of the things that I discovered, and these are things I shared on TikTok, that's why I'm willing to share it here, is that before last year, I kept seeing my third eye, because you could see it. I closed my eyes and I'm already seeing my third eye. And another little fun tip is that some people have multiple third eyes, meaning you switch third eyes, meaning Like let's say I want to work with a certain third eye that I would have, right? If I have multiples, and you would switch, and you would switch, and you would switch like third eyes. It's hard to explain it. That's why I was saying like there's so much that exists beyond our regular knowledge. And you could watch it, Sandra. It's just a bunch of tips about the spiritual that people don't normally know. Um, and then you switch to third eye. What's a third eye? The third eye is basically like an eye that you see spiritually. I close my eyes and I'm looking at my third eye. And the third eye is basically like it looks a certain way. But some people have multiple third eyes. There you would have to discover what does that mean. Because sometimes you don't even know what it means. Um, but you have them. And what else? And one of the funny things that was happening to me last year was that I kept seeing my third eye, but then my third eye will have like a little like almost like a little fine layer, thin layer of dirt over it. And I would in my spiritual form I would clean it, and then I'll be strong again. I'll be able to predict and give visions. And it kept happening over and over again. I didn't know what it was until the beginning of this year, and it just means that I was blocked. Like somebody blocked me to be able to see things clearly or have visions, and I didn't know that. I found that out this year. That's why you guys noticed me a little bit different because I removed that already. But I didn't know that. To me, it was just like, okay, maybe my third eye is tired. I'm gonna clean it and give it strength again, and that's what it felt like. I cleaned it and I felt strong. I felt strong again, and I would continue predicting, and I would still be accurate. But you guys saw that I got a lot of things wrong last year. But it's okay. I mean, I'm not God. Yo nunca dije que soy Dios. Yo hago lo que hago y ya. Yo hago lo que hago. Pero el mundo espiritual es tan hermoso, te digo que hasta con mi abuelita ya me conecté. A mi abuelita, les digo que yo la crucé, yo estaba muy mortificada a mi abuelita y ya la crucé, ya la veo feliz, la abracé en mi forma espiritual y le dije sus goodbye, se puso a llorar y la encaminé a la luz. Es muy bonito, todo lo espiritual es muy bonito. Yo por eso no dejo que la gente me humille nada, porque yo sé que estoy diciendo la verdad, yo no invento nada. The spiritual is very beautiful, friends. It's more beyond than just candles and reading cards. There's a lot of people who just do that and they don't know what they're doing. The spiritual is very beautiful, very, very beautiful. Last tip that I can tell you guys, just because I added it to the show, and maybe this is what the show is going to be about, is just talking about little tips there. Is there a way to know if someone has a power? I asked because two people came to me and told me my baby has a power. There is. I mean, I would know. I honestly I would know, but there's one thing with being born with a gift, and there's another thing opening that gift up. So some people never open it. Alejandra, I don't like promoting that, and I don't do mediumship readings, but I do it when people ask me. I've attended a lot of people during tarot readings where they ask me about their loved ones, and I connect them with them, and I tell them what they're showing me, and but I don't dedicate myself to that. I have nowhere that I sell that. I think I would have to start very cheap if you guys wanted me to do that, and until I got like practice with it, because I've only done it when people ask me and I'm really accurate with it, but I also don't have a service that I offer that. It's very beautiful though when I do connect to them, and I can also tell you if they're resting or they're not resting. Don't listen to the haters. Thank you so much, Dorothy. And I just try to stay humble. As much as people try to be mean to me and stuff, I feel like I've stayed the same. I feel like I've been a humble kid since I first started doing this, and a humble kid still, even though I'm not a kid no more. I'm an adult, but I feel like I'm a humble. I feel like I'm still humble, and I will always take my shirt off for the person and give it to the person. That's just how I am. Itzel Posada, there's only a few sprays that I haven't shipped. I don't know if it's yours, but I think from what I had seen was that I had 3 orders that were due yesterday. I am a little behind because I did take that whole week that my grandma passed, and it kind of did throw me off. I probably will ship the remaining orders that were due tomorrow. Oh, you know what? Oh my god, I forgot to get boxes today. Shoot. Anyways, now we'll go to the gloating. Now we'll go to the gloating, and then we'll go to predictions. Now I'm looking for the tower again because I shuffled the cards and I didn't even realize it. No la hallo la torre. ¿Dónde se fue la torre? Ah, ¿dónde está? ¿Dónde está? ¿Dónde está? Aquí estás. Prediction fulfilled. The earthquake. I told you guys there was going to be an earthquake in San Diego. I still feel another earthquake. Because it was in the fault line. I don't know if you guys saw that they were saying that it was in the fault line. It's a warning. So there's probably something bigger coming. And I think I've already predicted it even in the beginning of this year. So there's most likely something bigger coming. But in terms of that prediction fulfilled. And I almost got the date right because I said it was going to be the 12th or the 13th, or that it would be around the 12th or the 13th, and it was literally the 14th. Had I gone one more day over, I would have been correct, like to the T. I thought that was pretty cool. I like when I get stuff like to the T. Midnight. What are you doing? It's kind of cool. I always like nerd out, to be honest. Every time I get something right like that, I always nerd out because I think it's kind of cool. And I think on our last show is where I also said it. I used the video that wasn't that specific to do prediction fulfilled, but if you watched my show, you saw that I was very specific. And I think I also said it on my other lives, but those don't record. Predicción cumplida, el sismo que pasó. Yo creo que el sismo que acaba de pasar en el fault line, que estaban diciendo que fue como parte del fault line de San Andreas, creo que dijeron, o que era parte de otro fault line. Es como un aviso, amigos. Viene algo más fuerte, yo ya lo había predecido. ¿Qué les había dicho? 7.6 a 8.2 o 8.4. No me acuerdo qué les había dicho, pero lo dije pensando el año. Ya ni me acuerdo, la verdad ya ni me acuerdo. Ya no me acuerdo, pero predicción cumplida. Yo les dije San Diego, Los Ángeles, y también dije que por el enjambre de sismos que visualizaba en México, que por eso decía que iba a temblar en San Diego, así lo dije. Pero yo creo que ese es un mensaje, como un aviso, viene algo más fuerte. Y gracias a Dios que ya pusieron como un aviso. No sé si les llegó el aviso del warning que llegó. A mí no me llegó porque yo tengo todo eso apagado porque me molesta cuando estoy haciendo videos y todo eso. Pero a todos los demás les llegó the warning. But in terms of the earthquake, I say that it was a warning because it was right there in the fault line. And I say it was a warning. There's something bigger coming. And I had already predicted the big earthquake that I'm seeing, that it was going to be 7.6 to an 8.2, 8.4. I don't remember exactly what I had said. I got it for the first time. And that was kind of cool that they finally put like a warning message. I didn't get it because I have that turned off. Because it messes with my videos. The other prediction... La otra predicción. The other prediction, Daniel Noboa won, prediction fulfilled. I love that I can always say prediction fulfilled on our shows. because I love that I'm able to say prediction fulfilled on my show. And it seems like I always have at least one or two predictions fulfilled by the time I do my next show. But prediction fulfilled, Daniel Noboa won, and that the lady that she said she wasn't going to accept the results, that it was a scam. I don't know, because I see him very strong regardless. I'm not in that country, so I don't know what's the favorability of him, but I was just seeing his energy look very strong. That's what I was seeing. That's why I was like, oh no, I say he's gonna stay. But you know what's interesting? I've literally been correct in every single election except the one that happened in the U.S. That's the only one that I've gotten wrong, which to me I don't think I got it wrong, but it is what it is. Um, because how is it possible that I got Mexico correct, Ecuador, um, what other one? I predict all of them. When Milei was running for president, who else? And like the same thing happened, where even in Venezuela, the other guy won, not Nicolas Maduro, and I predicted that Nicolas Maduro wouldn't win, and even then he stayed as president. Like I feel like that's the same thing that happened over here, but it is what it is. I'm not. Yo no me agüito. Sí me agüité that time. Sí me agüité. I did get kind of sad and depressed, but now that I can see things clear, um, to me it's clear that I don't believe I was wrong. I think the results were just a little bit twisted, but it is what it is. Les digo que predicción cumplida, ganó Daniel Noboa, que la señora que estaba diciendo que no iba a creer en los votos, que fue fraude, quién sabe qué. Yo la verdad, yo predije que ganaba Daniel Noboa porque lo miré muy fuerte. Nunca visualicé a otra persona, siempre lo visualicé a él. Yo lo veo como que está muy guapo, la gente ve eso, lo quiere, no sé. No, no está feo, no es un presidente feo como otros presidentes. Yo creo que hay mucho cariño que trae, pero eh, ahí la señora está diciendo que era fraude y quién sabe que yo no creo, quién sabe, yo no estoy en ese país, lo único que yo veo es que se miraba muy fuerte. Y lo que digo en cuestiones de esto es que le ha atinado a todas las elecciones menos a la de Estados Unidos. Que yo creo que yo no me equivoqué, porque también pasó lo mismo con Venezuela. Yo dije que ganaba el otro hombre, el más grande, y perdía Nicolás Maduro, y así fue, porque salieron los resultados y se hizo un fraude y así fue. Entonces no se quedó Nicolás Maduro, aunque ganó el otro. Yo creo que ahí, yo creo que no me equivoqué, pero vamos de peor en peor. Vamos a hablar de Kilmar. Vamos a hablar de Kilmar. A Kilmar le puedo hacer una lectura, si ustedes quieren. Si quieren que le haga lectura, le hago lectura. Pero a Kilmar yo la verdad lo veo muy débil, o que ya no está. Muy triste, no lo quiero decir. No lo quiero decir porque estaba viendo una entrevista. También yo estaba viendo una entrevista que fueron a ver el Secor. Y los dejaron meterse en todo lugar, pero menos donde según estaban todos los que mandó Trump. Les dijeron que las cámaras no pueden entrar ahí, no pueden entrar en ese lugar. Pero les enseñaron todos los otros salvadoreños que tenían ahí, que según de la Mara. Ahí yo la verdad muy triste, me duele con el alma, pero yo... Y luego hay otro que acabo de ver que la mamá dice que lo vio por una foto y lo reconoció. Y la verdad él también yo no lo veo que esté vivo. Que sería una tristeza. O están en muy malas condiciones entre la vida y la muerte, o no están. Es la realidad. Y se burlan y están insistiendo que son de la Mara, que son parte de eso y quién sabe qué tanto, y es pura mentira. Pero la verdad, amigos, la muerte pues Haz cuenta que es el infierno en la tierra. Pero todo lo oculto siempre sale a la luz. Todo lo oculto siempre sale a la luz. Yo ya les había dicho, el Trump va a estar usando campos de concentración, aunque no nos enteremos, yo los visualizo que los va a estar usando. ¿Y qué nos estamos enterando? Que la gente está desapareciendo en esos campos que está mandando, que están deportando a gente en lugares muy turbios, que es una cosa muy triste, pero todo lo que siempre está oculto siempre sale a la luz, que yo creo que a rato nos vamos a enterar que tanta cosa fea hizo. Lo malo es que él ya no dura mucho, ya está bien grande de edad, que dura unos 20 años, 10 años, él ya no le queda mucha vida. A los que van a perjudicarse, que van a echar su vida a perder, son los que andan apoyándolo, porque al final de cuentas llega el otro presidente y va a haber castigos a todos los que apoyaron algo muy feo. Yo, yo sí visualizo que van a venir castigando. A la que le va a caer un karma muy fuerte es a la Caroline Levitt. Yo le veo que le viene un karma muy fuerte, hasta la veo paralizada de la cara, por tan mala que es. Y mucha gente la quiere, pero es la verdad. Que se están haciendo pasar, que nada está pasando. Yo la veo hasta paralizada de la cara de un karma. Un día voy a poner predicción cumplida, vas a ver. No se lo deseo, pero el karma existe. Creo que así se llama esa mujer. No, cada vez la veo más mala esa. No, ahora te van a decir que estaba enfermo y murió. Vas a ver, a rato van a echar una historia mintiendo que le pasó algo ahí y ya, y pues, porque en todos modos, aunque fallezca, no le van a regresar el cuerpo a la, a la esposa. Puro esqueleto o polvo le van a regresar. Yo la verdad no quiero hablar de eso porque está muy triste. Can karma be removed? Yes, it can. It can. It can definitely be removed. It's just a matter of knowing how, and really, it's just a matter of knowing how. Everything that could be put on and everything that you get can always be removed. And there's a lot of people who are skeptical about that. I had someone who was very skeptical. I had a reading about with somebody that was very skeptical. But everything can be put on and be removed. Even karma. Part of removing karma is my client has to repent. Has to really, really, really ask for forgiveness. But then there's also stuff that we have to do to remove it. And then again, I would know if it's gone. And you would know too, because your life starts changing. This stuff, you don't imagine it, friends. You see the changes. And with me, I don't tell people that there's time frame. Like, I don't ever tell people, oh, in 2 weeks you're gonna see the result of my work. No, because to me, in the spiritual, there's no time. Some people get it instantly. Some people until all the candles are done. Some people notice that things are changing with the candle being lit. It just depends, or whatever I do to them, it just depends on like how quick the person feels it. But time frame doesn't exist. And I have people who ask me, when would I see it? I don't give times, but you will always see it. That's for sure. Don't distract me. I'm trying to. Me preguntan que si se puede quitar el karma. Sí, sí se puede quitar el karma. Parte de quitar el karma es que se tiene que pedir perdón a la persona, pero se va en base de un ritual. No más es de pedir perdón. Pero con lo que está pasando con el Kilmar. Did I say it in English or Spanish? Ya ni me acuerdo. Right now I said the English version or the Spanish version. But when it comes to karma, if the person did something bad, I mean, it's up to God. To be honest, I'm just a middleman. If God wants to remove it, He removes it. If He doesn't, He doesn't. It's probably for a reason. Did I say it in English or Spanish? Or am I going to have to repeat myself twice? Because I don't remember. The whole Kilmar thing. I said it in English, no? I think I did say it in English. Spanish. Oh, okay. We'll go with the English version. Thank you. Con lo de Kilmar, muy triste situación, muy triste todo lo que está pasando. Yo la verdad, honestamente, no quiero hablar de esa situación porque luego está la esposa y uno todavía tiene esperanza y quién sabe qué tanto, ¿verdad? Es una cosa muy fea que no se lo deseo a nadie. Pero ahí la verdad le sale la carta de la muerte. O está en muy malas condiciones o ya no está el Kilmar. Que a rato yo creo que van a venir diciendo que se enfermó y le pasó algo y le van a entregar o huesos o polvo a la esposa. Yo ojalá que nomás sea que está en muy malas condiciones. Pero luego también vi a otro que acabo de ver que su mamá lo reconoció por fotos también. Y el muchacho estaba viendo para arriba como que rezando, pidiendo ayuda a Dios. Y yo a ese también luego lo vi que ya no está. Y luego aparte de eso, acabo de ver que hicieron como una entrevista, que las noticias fueron a ver el secor por todo lo que está pasando del Kilmar y todo. Y lo más raro es que le enseñaron todo y le enseñaron los salvadoreños que tienen atrapados ahí en esa cárcel, pero le dijeron, las cámaras no pueden entrar donde tenemos los los venezolanos que deportaron. No pueden, y no les vamos a enseñar ese lugar. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué les enseñan nomás todos los salvadoreños, pero no les quieren enseñar los inmigrantes? Tristemente, ojalá que no sea que ya no están y nomás es un lugar vacío. Tristemente, pero yo la verdad cuando vi a ese muchacho también lo vi muerto. Qué cosa muy triste, me da mucha tristeza porque haz de cuenta que es el infierno en la tierra. Pero lo que sí les digo es que ahí van a haber castigos, o castigo por la justicia de Dios, o castigos por la ley. Ahí yo entonces nos veo que alguien va a caer. In terms of Kilmar, which I just realized I was talking in Spanish, I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself. I really do apologize. I just realized I was talking in Spanish. In terms of Kilmar, so I just saw, in terms of Kilmar, very sad. Kilmar Garcia, I think that's his last name. Very sad situation. The card of the death card is following him. Very sad. And to me, with Kilmar, either he's in very bad conditions or he's no longer here. And I don't want to talk too much about it. I don't want to say anything because the wife is still hopeful. But in my visions, I see that one day they're going to say that, oh, he got ill and he died. And they're going to just give her bones or give her powder. It's a very sad situation. I'm praying to God that it's just that he's in a very bad condition and he's still alive. It's very, very sad. And with Kilmar, it's a very tough situation. I honestly, like, I really hope that he's just in really bad conditions, but I don't want to predict that he's gone. My only thing I'm gonna say is he looks like he's in very bad conditions or he's no longer here because his energy is just very depleted. When his energy is very depleted, and what I'm sensing and what I'm seeing, it's either they're gone or they're just like in between life and death. That's literally what it feels like. That's literally what it feels like. You know, the good thing is I can block these people. I don't know what she said, but I blocked her. Um, Even on YouTube. What was I gonna say? But with Kilmar, I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself because I need to concentrate. With Kilmar, that's what I see. That's what I see. I either see that he's very weak and in very bad condition, or he's already gone. And the thing that's very sad, my lupus is kicking my ass. um, and the thing that's very sad is that I saw another video of this lady that recognized her son, and unfortunately, I see him gone too. I don't. I. It's gonna be very difficult to ever see these people again. But to me, if they get sent there, most likely you'll never see them again. I really hope. I really hope that a miracle happens and they bring them back, but I'm very doubtful. What I will say in terms of positive news is that there will be repercussions. There's going to be repercussions by divine justice. Divine justice is God punishing these people. Things happening to them in real life, health wise, physical, or accidents, whatever it is. But there's going to be divine justice, or there's going to be repercussions. Now, the realistic thing is Trump is what? About to be 80? Maybe he has like another 10, 20 years left, right? He's going to die and not last much longer. But everybody that's young and still have their whole life ahead, they're the ones that are going to get the most repercussion. This isn't going to go unpunished. Right now, they're letting it slide. It's going to go punished once things change, because it's not going to stay as a regime, right? It's not going to stay like that. And in terms of Caroline Levitt, whatever her name is, um, I'm telling you right now, I mean, she's going to get her karma. I was watching a video where she was blatantly, she's already agreed that the administration agreed that it was a mistake, and now she's saying that it's not a mistake and that he is a part of like a gang or something, right? She's gonna get her karma. I'm telling you right now. My visions, I see her with her face like twisted. She has like a stroke or something, and that's karma. I don't know if you ever see when people, their faces, they have like a stroke and their face like droops or something. That's karma. I don't wish it upon her, but she's gonna get her karma. I see her getting her karma, because these stuff, karma exists, good and bad, exists. I'm not wishing it upon her. But karma exists. God darn it, I could not get through that. It took me like a couple repeating myself. The sad thing is people, I, I had already warned you guys. Yo ya les había dicho. Mis amiguitos, yo les había dicho. Este viene como Hitler y quiere una raza perfecta. De americanos. Yo ya les había dicho. I had already told you guys. He's coming like Hitler, and he wants a perfect race. I'm not surprised that he got caught talking about building 5 more prisons and sending homegrowns next. I'm not. No estoy sorprendido. Yo ya lo venía viniendo, y la gente, yo creo que mucha gente todavía no se la cree. Yo ya venía viniendo que iba a querer hacer más cárceles así, que ya les había dicho que si en Cuba no lo dejaban meterlos, lo iba a traer a El Salvador. ¿Qué hizo? Los trajo a El Salvador, y que va a poner más cárceles así, va a poner más cárceles así. Y yo creo que la gente ahorita todavía no se la cree. Es lo que estaba viendo. Hay mucha gente que todavía no se la cree, que todavía lo apoyan y todavía dicen muchas cosas, y muchos jóvenes que todavía lo apoyan, que dicen que creen lo que dicen. Todavía. Pero la verdad, a mí no me hacen menso. Yo ya lo vi. Yo sé qué tan feo se va a poner si es que no le pasa nada. Pero yo todavía digo que el J.D. Vance es peor. Yo digo que es igual o peor. En todos modos, tienen que quitar a los dos. Es lo malo. Aunque quiten al Trompas, tienen que quitar a los dos porque el otro lo sigue. Mucha gente están esperanzados, pero amiguitos, si quitan a Trompas, el otro es igual. Ni modo que quiten al otro también. He hasn't affected me yet, Terry. I honestly, he hasn't affected me. I just see good and evil, and good and evil is not something you imagine. That's why I had to also warn you guys about Bukele. Since he first became president, I said it. I don't believe Bukele. To me, he looks like a dictator, and he has a very evil side to him. I think people are finally seeing it. I'm still waiting to see what's going to happen once this time is up. Does he leave, or is he going to say, well, who's going to do the same job as me? Yo todavía estoy esperando a ver qué pasa con Bukele, porque yo desde que el primer se convirtió presidente Bukele, yo les dije, hace como, ¿cuántos años? 4, ¿no? 5, no sé. Que yo les dije, yo al Bukele lo veo como un dictador también. Y les digo, yo le veo algo muy oscuro a Bukele. Y no sé, yo todavía estoy esperando a ver qué pasa cuando se termine su tiempo. Yo todavía estoy esperando a ver qué pasa cuando se termine su tiempo, si es que se queda o se va. Porque yo lo más seguro que va a decir es que busqué más hacer lo mismo que yo. El Bukele. But in terms of Trump, he hasn't affected me at all. Like the only thing that he's affected me on is my VA stuff, that he's messing with my VA stuff. I gotta be honest with you guys. But I'm not into politics. I just predict, and good and evil is not something that you make up. Yo para mí con el Trompas no me ha afectado a mí. A mí no. A mí no me ha afectado. Lo único que me ha afectado es que quieren mover mis cosas de los veteranos. Es lo único que me está afectando, porque hizo que se atorara mis beneficios. Lo único que me está afectando a mí, pero a mí no me ha causado ningún mal. Yo no tengo niños, nomás tengo mis nephews, pero lo que no me hace menso es el bien y el mal, no es algo que se imagina. Y yo nomás les doy los avisos. A mí lo único que me ha afectado es eso, lo del VA. Pero como tengo que hablar de todo, hablo de todo. Hasta de Biden hablaba, no se les olvide, que les decía que el Biden tenía demencia y que tenía mal de la cabeza. No se les olvide que hasta de Biden hablaba. Yo hablo de todos. Did you see William Levy arrested? Yes. Yes, I did. I think I talked about that a while back, pero ya ni me acuerdo dónde. I think it was when he was fighting with his ex. I had said that he was gonna have legal problems. Que lo miraba arrestado o algo. Pero no me acuerdo ni dónde está. No me acuerdo dónde está ese video. ¿Qué más les quería decir? Y la stock market, no se la crean. Yo veo que se desploma otra vez. The stock market, I see that it's going to crash again. That was in the last crash. Yo con la bolsa de valores, yo veo que se va a desplomar otra vez. Pero no sean mensos, aprovechen. Para los que ya tienen mucho dinero, pónganlo en algo más seguro. Es mi consejo. Pero los que no tienen mucho dinero, cuando estén baratos los stocks, cómpralos. Y luego sacas el dinero, no te preocupes. ¿cómo se dice? Dobletealo y luego sacas el dinero. No sean mensos, sin miedo. Ya si vieron que se cayó 20, $30 los stocks, cómpralos, deja que se doblen y los sacas y doblan el dinero. Es lo que yo hice. Es lo que yo hice, vi que se desplomó la marqueta de stocks y metí mi dinero y luego ya lo saqué. Ya que se hizo doble, lo moví a algo más safe. Sin miedo al éxito. Sí. Don't be dumb, friends. You gotta be smart. If you have large amounts of money in the stocks, move it to something more secure. Yo no sabo. Move it to something more secure, right? If you have large amounts of money, and I'm talking about large amounts of money, right? Not just a few hundred, like a few thousand or more than that. Move it to something more secure in terms of stocks. Now, but if it crashes again and you don't have stocks, put your money into it. If you've seen that it dropped $15, $20, $30, put your money into those stocks, and once it doubles, take it all out if you're scared of leaving it in there. Me veo mencito, pero no estoy mencito. I look a little dumb, but I'm not dumb. What was I saying? So lo meten ahí, you put it in there, and once it doubles, you pull it out. Especially if you're concerned of losing it, right? But if you're okay with letting it double and leaving it in there, you can leave it in there. What I did was I put my money into it, it doubled, and then I moved it to something secure. Es que me dicen que me veo mencito. Me veo mencito como que I don't talk y no lastimo ninguna mosca, but I'm not dumb. You know how like los mencitos esos que parecen que no ni una mosca matan? That's what I mean by like mencitos. Houses are going to go down. Yes. I would say maybe not this year. Maybe we'll start seeing it this year. But houses are going to start going down. Se me cayó the card of the Wheel of Fortune. That's my best advice. And if you have a 401k and you're scared of losing more money, put it in some move it. I don't have a 401k. So, because I don't have a regular job. My job is like this. This is what I do. That's why I'm able to do it every day, because this is what I dedicate myself to. But if you have a 401k and you're ready to retire next year, the year after that, or whatever, then move it if you can move it. I don't know what you can do. Maybe put it into something more secure so you won't lose money. But if you have years to go, 20, 30 years, todavía 40 years before you retire, then you're going to be fine. There's really nothing to worry about, because you're going to make your money back, and maybe more. I haven't moved yet. I'm still fixing my property. We finally got it graded. I still have to build my office. I still have to remodel my office. So we're kind of like moving. So I'm hoping by like June we move. And then after that, I'm gonna make videos, because it looks very beautiful out there. Like the mountain and my spirits are gonna love it there. Like they're gonna love it there. I know they're gonna love it there, because it's so peaceful and it has like their terrain for all of them. And when I talk about my spirits, I can't tell you exactly who they are. We bought a property and we just have to fix it up. But we're gonna live in the trailer still. I don't think I'm gonna read predictions today. I think I talked too much already. We've been on here for an hour. We'll do Ask Raphael's Insights next. Where am I moving? Literally around the corner. Well, to be honest, I'm moving behind Eddie's World. That's all I could say, because I can't give like a specific location in terms of. I think it's called Yermo, like on the way to Vegas, in the desert. So if you guys need a traffic control or to know if there's traffic, just send me a DM. Because I could see the freeway from where I'm moving. May is going to be a better month for you, but I see you a bit stressed. Let's see. Alejandra. Mira, te viene money. It is going to be a better month, but I see you stressed, and I want to say it's financially. There could be a little bit of a financial difficulty or something breaks that you need to fix. Lorena 128.95. General Lorena. Mira, Lorena, you come out sad, Lorena. The card of the star. The card of the star says that you come out sad, but emotional is what you're manifesting in that. But there's a blessing coming to you. Te viene una bendición. Angel Moreno 92978. Will I lose my job? I just got an email. A meeting with HR. Angel Moreno. Let's see what the cards say. I don't think you'll lose your job right away, Angel Moreno. But in terms of losing your job, I mean, I have to be honest. It does show a little bit of like a layoff. But at first, it looks like they're gonna do some cuts. I don't know if it's like hour cuts or shift cuts, but it does look like they're making some cuts. But I don't think you'll lose your job yet. But overall, the cards do say that you're gonna be laid off at some point. Dorothy 1282. I do not like to give bad news. I do not. I like that's something that really like I like try to give positive news, but if it's coming out, I have to tell you. Will I be graduating next month? Will I get into HR position? It's only one question at a time, Dorothy. Honestly, Dorothy, you barely make it to graduate. You barely make it to graduate, Dorothy. Next month. You still have to take an exam, or I'm not too sure, but in terms of the way that they put it, is you barely make it, like barely. Melissa Osborne, 10/4/1970, career. Let's see what comes out for your career. In terms of career-wise, there's proposals coming up. New job opportunities or new positions. So in terms of career-wise, it's marking growth in your career and that you're on the right path, because you have the card of the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is the card of being on the right path. I try not to look at myself because me encandilo with my light. I get distracted with my own energy. 9/7/2001. How will my business be for May? Alejandra Melford. Vamos a ver. Mira, se te caen las cartas. I do see you making sales. I mean, it looks good to me. Decent. I mean, you're making money. So I see sales, but try not to stress yourselves. You guys, when it comes to our mind, You guys have no idea how powerful our mind is, that sometimes we even block ourselves. With money, you cannot try to force it to come to you. You have to let it come to you. You can't be um, stressing the money energy too much because you'll block yourself. Just let it flow. But you do look like you're making sales in May. Tina Gonzalez, 529.85. Tina, I see you in a wedding. Okay, you're gonna be invited to a wedding, and then you're coming out stressed. No te estreses. You're gonna be able to resolve whatever issue you're stressing about. Christina Almazan, 613.93. You're right. I did see Sean. He moved to Colorado. When do you see me and Sean Patel seeing each other again? I'm glad to hear that, Christina. Let's see. When will Christina Almazan and Sean... Let me... Hold on. Oh, Christina Almazan, 613.93. See Sean once again. Well, you do come out seeing each other once again. But honestly, I want to say... I gotta be honest with you. I want to say February. To be honest, I want to say February of next year. Uh, there seems to be something coming up in November, but that might fall through. But I want to say February of next year. I don't know why it's coming out so far away, but that's what's manifesting. And I had to just reconnect with my energy because I felt a little bit blocked for a second. That's why I said hold on. Ese no. Es que ya no tengo. You guys have no idea how important spiritual sprays are. También voy a echar el mío. Nelly Robles. Nelly Robles, I see you finding like money, or maybe winning a little bit of extra money through like lottery. Yeah, mira, the card of the Five of Pentacles. That's what they're telling you, that the money that you need is going to be arriving. But it's because I saw you like find money on the floor, or and that normally either means that money's coming to you, or that you're gonna find money. Which is, it's either way, it's a blessing. It's bad for the person that lost it, but it's a blessing for whoever finds it. Ya se me va a morir mi micrófono. Norma Rodríguez. Ay, ¿dónde has estado, Norma? Ya no te ha visto. 9/19/1986. How's Norma Rodríguez going to... Oh, no, espérate. General. Norma Rodríguez, 9/19/1996. I see someone in a hospital, Norma. ¿Quién está malito? Ah, mira, volvió a salir la misma carta. The same card came out. Money's coming to you, but I also see someone como malito. Someone's gonna be in the hospital. He looks to be a male. He seems to be a male. I don't think he's like super old. To me, he looks like he's like maybe like mid-age. Yeah, I would say. Ahí te lo di por Visions. Jenny Torres, will I be successful in my nursing career? Sometimes I worry it's not going to work for me. No te estreses, Jenny. Mira, the card of the magician says que your nursing career is gonna work out. The magician says the nursing career is gonna work out, pero que traes un poco de brujería, amiga. Let me visualize you very well. Jenny Torres, 8/12/2001. Your knees are coming up, or your leg. Se me están visualizando mucho with your legs. Pero es por lo mismo que traes como brujería. It's because that every time I connect, me encandilo con mi own energy. Every time I connect with my energy, me encandilo. Me das cuenta que veo que brilla todo el cuarto. You have witchcraft, Jenny. My advice for you is, what you're going to do is you're going to get a plate with sea salt, okay? Sea salt, preferably of the chunky one, and you're gonna get 3 limes, but you're not going to cut them. You're going to carve 7 crosses on each lime with your nail. 7 crosses on each lime, and you're gonna leave them there for about a month to 2 months. If you see them dry out, you're gonna change the limes, and you're gonna hide them on the top of the fridge, underneath the bed, wherever you can hide them where you're not gonna look at them every day. But they have to stay in your house for about a month. But you have witchcraft. You come out buried, friend. And then your knees, como que your knees are gonna be bothering you. It's because, Jenny, who did I cleanse you? I want to know that. Did I cleanse you? I don't know if I know maybe you bought an egg cleanse, no? But have we done like a proper cleanse? Because it's not just one work, friend. With cleanses, it's either going to be minimum 3 egg cleanses, and egg cleanses are not strong enough to remove what I'm seeing. And when it comes to no, someone from Mexico. It's because, Jenny, what happens is hay muchos charlatanes, or there's a lot of people who don't have gifts, or there's a lot of people who think that they know what they're doing, and they don't know what they're doing. Which I don't judge anybody. I'm just telling you, you still have witchcraft. Whoever you went to this person, what, a year ago? Or how long ago? 2 years ago? Lo veo como que fue, that wasn't that long ago. It's because the problem is witchcraft is not something that, yeah, Rana, ya sí, ya ves, que sí lo veo, Jenny, yo sí sé. You still have it, friend. I gotta be honest with you. You still have it. It hasn't been fully removed, or it wasn't removed. If you can just tell me, what did they do? How did they cleanse you? Was it candles? Was it egg cleanses? What did they do to you? Just really quickly, so I can see it and tell you if they did it right or what. Friend, you skipped me. Sandra Roman, 52390. General. No, friend, no, I don't skip. Otra vez esta carta. No, a todos les viene money porque les sigue saliendo la carta del money. The card of the 3 of Pentacles is money. And that you're going to have an unexpected visitor, friend. Yeah, but do you know what they did? Like, how many candles, friend? Like, I need you to be specific. Like, how many candles? What did they tell you? Those are good too. Those are the ones that I think I've told you to do that, or I say it all the time, to put limones. Those are good too, but here's the thing, friend. With witchcraft, you can help yourself, but you can't heal yourself. And there's like a law in the universe. You can try it, you can put it to the test yourself. Try to cleanse yourself, and I promise you, all you're gonna do is move energies. Oh, around your picture. No, friend, yo, la verdad, I no creo que te lo quitaron bien. Because if you already went and it's coming out, no creo que te lo quitaron bien. You're not going to be able to remove it yourself. Witchcraft is not something that you could just remove yourself. Mucha gente piensa eso y that's not how this stuff works. Joanna 91489, career. Joanna, I see a new job coming your way. Mira, the card of the Eight of Cups. Que te viene a new job. Because you're going to have to commute. Or I don't know if you commute right now, but it's okay. You commute, que te paguen bien nomás. With trying to conceive, when you're gonna go and do the homework, put mint oil on over your skin, over your uterus area. Your mom, Jessie, she's making me want to cry. La siento como muy triste. I don't think she was ready to move on. I feel, and then she seems to be worried about, I don't know, como un baby, or maybe her youngest daughter. She shows me a lot of flowers. I don't know what that means. Me enseña muchas flores. I don't know if she likes flowers or no sé. My advice for her is, you do have to light, my advice is always to light a candle. You can book, but you would have to get a reading with me, Jenny, so we could look into it. You could get a reading in the link in the description below. Yeah, there's only a few left. Yeah, I'm gonna remove them until till next month. You'll be able to book. But I'll leave the link in the description below. Ya duré tanto. Ay, Dios de la vida, ¿dónde se va todo el tiempo? Your mom was having like breathing problems. Me hizo toser. Sentí como que se me cerró la garganta. In terms of your mom, friend, I would recommend you to light a white candle in her name. You're just gonna get a white candle. No te enseño. You will get a white candle, and you're gonna light it, and just say this candle is for Jane Doe, so that she can get light to guide her in her journey. And you leave it consuming itself. You could put her picture next to it, and you could put a cup of water next to it to just help her. And to the cup of water, put a little bit of holy water if you can. Ya me voy, friends. Ya me voy. Last one. James Brandon Gonzalez. Will I grow? No se me murió mi microphone. Oh, sí. No, not yet. Will I grow in my new job? I got a super chat, friend. What is going on? ¿Se froze? ¿Se froze? Ay, se me sale el no sabo. ¿Se froze? Okay. Will you grow in your new job? Yeah, I see you growing in your new job. Ay, salieron varias cartas. Ay, mira, si todo el dineration, mira. Nomás, it just tells you to be careful. Yeah, look, there's going to be a new position opening up también. But the card of the Nine of Wands says to be careful. A lot of hidden enemies in your new job. Don't trust everybody. Work, family is not family. It's good to have them close, but it's also good to be careful what you tell them. It's going to be at the bottom of the description of this video. Or you can go to any video and you'll find the link where it says book now or Calendly. And that's where it takes you to a calendar, and then you book a reading there. Because in terms of what you need, you're going to need probably about 6 works, and being that I see you buried, you might actually need 9 works, just because it just depends. That's why we have to do a reading to know. Ya me voy, friends. It's a pleasure. No predictions today other than the ones that I talked about. ¿Qué más quería decir? Y yo sí veo chiquis. Ay, le salió la carta del sol. Yo sí veo a Chiquis embarazada. Yo la estoy viendo embarazada. eh, la veo muy feliz. La siento como que sí está embarazada. Y la estoy viendo como más gordita, pero no en cuestiones malos. Y se pone mucha ropa floja. Es lo que ha estado viendo. Antes se usaba mucha ropa pegada. Ahora se pone mucha ropa así como baggy. For Chiquis, I do see her pregnant. Chiqui, oh, let me cover this one because TikTok will flag me. Um, for Chiquis, I do see her pregnant. I noticed that she's a little bit like covering up a lot more. She's using baggier clothes, stuff with spandex. Like I've been noticing that often, so I do believe she's pregnant. Ya me voy a quitar. Yo sí creo que Chiquis está embarazada porque la veo como que está usando mucha ropa. Antes se ponía cosas muy pegadas, ahora se la está poniendo muy baggy. Y la veo más feliz and I see her more happy. But other than that, friends, I'll see you guys next time. It's an absolute pleasure. It's an absolute pleasure. Pay attention. She went from wearing lots of like really skin tight clothes to wearing super baggy clothes. And since she's always on like live and she's always doing like this and that, you you can see it. Los quiero mucho, ya me voy. Thank you for responding back about my mom. It's an absolute pleasure, friend. It's an absolute pleasure. But put the white candle for your mom with a cup of water, and you're just gonna say it's for her, in her picture if you want, to guide her in her path and to give her light, so that she can cross over. Ya me voy, los quiero mucho y siempre es un placer. Bye bye.